Best preserved example in India of a town laid out according to traditional Hindu theory, Jaipur also embodies ideas that may have traveled to India along with the Islamic invasion. These ideas are concerned with linking the city with the heavens, either by recreating the structure of the universe in the form of a sacred mandala, or by incorporating into the city a means by which the heavens may be observed and the movement of stars measured.
From the 11th to the early 18th century, Amer was the Kachuha capital. Much later it shifted to Jaipur. Amer had a galaxy of kings, names such as Bhagwan Das, father of the illustrious Raja Man Singh I, commander-in-chief of Akbar's army, one of the Navratans, the jewels of Akbar's court. It's amazing that Raja Man Singh, away in campaigns as diverse places as Lahore and Bengal, had the time to put together an example of Rajput architecture such as this. On the dining hall, on the ceiling are images of the various cities he visited: Delhi, Agra, Mathura. From Bengal, Jesso, he brought back the image of Sheela Mata and installed her in the palace.
The well-fortified Amer Palace is a grand structure rising majestically from a lake on one of the hills. The entrances, Suraj Pole facing east and Chand Pole facing west, conceal a lovely garden. A huge gate leads into the picturesque Diwan-e-Am with intricate features of Hindu, Buddhist and Mughal origins.
The relationship between the center and the state are very interesting to explore. In a kind of a federal setup, which probably the Mughal court was. Here was Akbar, and here was a strong individual like Raja Man Singh, asserting his own individuality. He puts up the Diwan-e-Khas, a replica of Akbar's authority here. Akbar comes to know of it, and he marches towards Amer. And what happens? Raja Man Singh whitewashes the walls of the palace and the Diwan-e-Khas, and escapes from Akbar's wrath and envy. Raja Man Singh got away with it.
Ganesh Pole is an example of the painted gates with motifs of different origins. It leads to the famous Sheesh Mahal or Diwan-e-Khas and a view of the imposing Jaigarh fort.
Mughal architecture is a blend of different traditions. The tradition that came with the Muslims from Persia, Central Asia, Turkey, and the tradition of architecture in the Indian subcontinent. A rich mix resulted in a style that soon developed with the efforts of master builders that the Mughals were into what is termed as Mughal architecture, which contained elements from all the traditions. And as is always the case, the center influences the periphery, and the Mughal architecture began to influence architecture of the rest of India. An example you can see even in Rajput architecture. Raja Man Singh's talents lay beyond that of his palace. They went to his architecture of the city that lay beyond the citadel, with its narrow lanes, lined with ruins of what were once grand havelis and temples. Some temples have withstood the ravages of time. Surya Temple, Narsingh Temple, Pannimiya Ka Kund. But without doubt, the most unique among them is Jagat Shiromani Temple. Jai Singh, the founder of Jaipur, inherited the kingdom of Amer when he was only 13 years old. With a judicious mix of strategy and statesmanship, he brought power to his kingdom, prosperity through links with the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. In such times of peace and prosperity, it was but natural that Jai Singh would think of founding his own new capital city, Jaipur. Lying in the plains, Jaipur would have been difficult to defend. So it was decided that the city should be next to another place of retreat available at all times. Nahargarh was such a place. Lying on the northwest of the city, on a ridge which is the continuation of the same hill on which the forts of Ambe and Jaigarh are located. Within Jaigarh was a foundry which produced the largest cannon in Asia. The three forts were linked with the fortified walls so that access was available from one fort to the other. And that is how the link between the city and the hill was established in such a manner that no enemy force could break that link.
An analysis of the walled city of Jaipur suggests that the Prastara concept of town plan was adopted as mentioned in the Mansara, one of the ancient treatises on Hindu town planning for the city. The original structure consists of a 9-square plan with clusters formed by major roads which run east-west and north-south. The Agra-Ajmer road on the south and the rugged hills on the north